No, wait, don't stop now. Oh, God. They're killing me. Oh, God. I mean, welcome back, everybody.
We just finished up taking over Philadelphia. Joey had to depart. We were going to have him for this one as well, but just the two of us. I'm
Just
Mike.
two
He's
of
Byron.
us. Only wrestling if we can.
And we're going to talk about some Royal Rumble stuff. So I didn't see the pre-show, so Byron, guide us.
Pre-show was good. Check out the fucking pre-show. Skip literally everything that doesn't have wrestling or, wrestlers being interviewed. Everything else is trash. I have no idea why they employ any of these people or this was a 2-hour pre-show and it had 3 matches and 1 interview. Watch the 3 matches, watch the interview. Everything else is garbage. And some fuzzy-headed retard dressed up like Ron Burgundy. We had Kalisto, Gran Metalik, and Lince Dorado versus TJP, Gentleman Jack, and Drew Gulak in a 6-man tag match.
The
it was really good.
Villains.
Indeed. It was really good. This match played to every person's strength that was in the match. And that's all you gotta know, and just goddamn go watch it. It's fucking good. We had the Revival versus the Club, and the Revival going over. The Revival's not being buried. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what world I live on.
I'm very confused what's going on there.
I'm very confused. If this is just Vince swerving us for one night and then burying the Revival, I'm going to be fucking pissed off. If this is somebody somewhere exerting at least 1/8 of a brain cell and 2 fucking muscle cells to go, Vince, goddammit, no, I'm very impressed. But this was, again, good goddamn tag match between 2 goddamn good tag teams. Watch this match. We had, I believe between this and the final match, we had an interview segment. Zayn and Owens were answering questions on Twitter. If you put up a hashtag, they would answer your questions. The 19-man fucking table of people, really only 4, but I'm going to go with 19 because it felt like that. They were trying to get, every time they asked Zayn and Owens a question, they're like, we already answered that! God, aren't you paying attention? Don't you follow me on Twitter? What's wrong? We already answered that question. And then every time Pete Rosenthal or something tried to ask Rosenhamster tried to ask a question, they like, no, we're not answering his questions. No, move on, next. They were really keen on answering the King's questions. It was that was the really funny part, actually. Every time the King was like piped up, they were like, "Oh, Jerry, Mr. the King, sir. Oh, yes. Oh, we're delighted. How are you?" It was a heels convention. It was very good. I enjoyed it a great deal.
I always go love the heels conventions. It's
Rules Breaker Convention. Everybody go talk to Carino. See if you can get an invite. You can't because you're not good enough.
Only Gato could supersede Carino.
Correct. And then after that, we had Bobby Roode, baby, versus TBD, who ended up being Mojo Rawley. And this was a good match on the pre-show. Unbelievable. This whole pre-show was full of good matches. Mojo did his little heel work. He's like, they had a good back and forth. Mojo had a heel section where he got to go, what do you got? Come on, what do you got? With Bobby Roode, baby, coming out on top. I really actually expected this to be decided to be Dolph Ziggler, which would feed into the whole, we can't book Dolph Ziggler to save our goddamn lives, so we're going to put him on a pre-show after a massive build for a month and a half. That's a typical, that'd absolutely be a WWE thing to do. Let's throw away everything for nothing, because it's the worst decision. But it all ended up good because you got this up and comer against a wily veteran who is supposed to be an up and comer kayfabe question mark.
Despite being in his 40s and having been in the business for 20 plus years.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. So that's typical WWE. But yeah, the whole pre-show, minus the talking head bullshit, Dean Ambrose's wife notwithstanding, she's excellent in all things, but other than that, I can't recommend anything other than the 3 matches and the interview.
Alrighty then.
Which brings us to the main card.
We head on to the main card. AJ Styles opening up in the handicap match against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This was pretty good. Wasn't really...
nothing like putting your championship match as the curtain jerker.
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd choice when you had 2 tag team title matches that you could have put in this spot. I think that probably would have fit better. By the way, this got more time than a 2 out of 3 falls match, so yay.
Yeah. I don't understand. They usually put the tag title matches on the pre-show, so this is really weird.
It was a good match. There's not a lot of... I don't have a lot of spots to really point at as like particularly amazing. Just a well put together match.
No.
Kind of.
No, yeah, it was like... And it becomes more and more clear all the time that Sami Zayn and AJ Styles have way better chemistry than Kevin Owens and AJ Styles.
Yeah, Kevin Owens and AJ Styles have had some frankly, some stinkers that you wouldn't think when you say that those two are going up against each other.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It seems like on paper, Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles is 2 guys that could literally do anything all the time at all times, and they don't. And they don't ever. And it's weird. And I don't understand it. But Sami Zayn and AJ Styles flow together so well. I can't say, and we'll get to it later, there's a certain other opponent for AJ Styles for a potential WrestleMania match, but I would not be disappointed if they put Sami Zayn against AJ Styles at WrestleMania or any place else.
That is very true. So we move on from that. AJ retained. Which
correct.
I am happy with because I didn't really like the whole co-champion idea.
I was kind of okay with it. I would have now. So they're on SmackDown. This is where it gets really awkward. They're on SmackDown, and the Elimination Chamber's a Raw headline pay-per-view. So if it was the other way around, I would have been okay with the co-champions holding it and then AJ Styles getting it back at Elimination Chamber. But since that's not an option, that would not have worked for that match.
Then we move on to the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
This was the dumbest booked match of the entire goddamn night.
I appreciate the effort all 4 guys put in, and I think there was a lot of good stuff in here.
Yes.
I'm not going to point out specific spots because there was nothing can't miss.
I'll point out one. One, which was Gable teasing the Chaos Theory suplex twice, or was it 3 times?
I think only twice.
Still, he teased that a couple of times. That was a good motif. I enjoyed that part of it. It would have been the perfect thing if there would have been a payoff, but there wasn't. And I'm going to go ahead and spoil that if that's okay.
Go ahead.
With the Usos just got fall number 1 and fall number 2 and then moved on with their lives.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, doesn't do anything for anybody, and you got a drunk driver still with your title.
I don't even really care about the drunk driver thing because the details...
Neither do I, really.
The details haven't come out to say, in a nutshell, how drunk he was.
Yeah.
This is a really dangerous situation,
No,
whatever.
Yeah.
But
I don't have that big a deal. I just like to poke fun.
But, I mean, you come up with a 2 out of 3 falls match, and you give the faces a clean 2-0 win.
Yeah.
Also didn't give it enough time. Like, this sub 15 minutes for a 2 out of 3 falls match is not long enough.
Yeah. There's one thing we missed. There's totally a thing we missed. That AJ Styles pinned the wrong guy.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Because Sami Zayn was the legal man, and he pinned Kevin Owens. That will probably go into that. And they did bitch Shane afterwards about that. Which I like Shane's response to that. What did you see it, Shane? Yep. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna do anything about it? Nope.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, didn't you write that down?
I did, but I didn't take very detailed notes on the Rumble because
me neither.
It's the Rumble.
My notes are very, very undetailed.
All right, then we go on to the men's Rumble, and how about this? Is how I think we'll do this. I'm going to pull up everyone in the order they were eliminated. We're going to say a little bit about their journey in the Rumble, which in some cases is going to be next to nothing, but we'll roll with it that way. So, first man eliminated, Rhino.
Oh, well, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
One thing I forgot to mention about the pre-show, apparently off camera, Rusev came out at least twice. Because I skipped through some stuff and wasn't paying attention to a bunch of it, talking head bullshit. But Rusev definitely came out twice. And the entire arena was chanting, Rusev Day! Rusev Day! Rusev Day! On the pre-show. And so Rusev came out first in the Royal Rumble, and the crowd went fucking apeshit. Rusev Day! Rusev Day! Rusev Day! Dude, that guy is over his shit. Mm-hmm. And then Finn Balor comes out number 2, and the place went crazier. That dude is, spoiler alert, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, over as shit. Yep. It was awesome.
We ended up with 3 free agent appearances in this match, so two very big surprises, which we'll talk about when we get to them. Rhino was our first elimination. He was the third entry. He was eliminated by Baron Corbin. Nothing really to say. Rhino got to do some cool stuff, power spots, but nothing really much. This is not his story. Finn Balor eliminated Baron Corbin directly after Corbin eliminated Rhino. So that, again, hilarious as Corbin keeps getting punished. And then in the shortest stay in the Rumble in this one, Sheamus, 6 seconds, eliminated by Heath Slater.
Yeah. Who was then immediately eliminated after that.
Yes, by Bray Wyatt. Heath Slater got the Scotty 2 Hottie spot on this one, where he came out and got destroyed by a very... Who was it that destroyed him? Originally.
I'm trying to look on the list to see where Heath Slater came out. Elias came out after... No, that's not. Who got eliminated?
Yeah, it was the person who got eliminated.
I don't remember. I don't know.
It was Corbin. It was Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah, because Corbin got eliminated and got beat the shit out of everybody.
Uh-huh.
And then he walked up the ramp and beat the shit out of Heath Slater, who's coming out. Slater. And then Heath Slater got the shit kicked out of him by Elias. And then Heath Slater got the shit kicked out of him by Andrade Cien Almas. And then Bray Wyatt. And then Big E gave him some pancakes at some point. And then Sami Zayn. Did Sami Zayn do anything to him?
Zayn, I think, stomped him, but that was about it.
Okay, and then Sheamus helped him into the ring, and then he immediately got eliminated.
Yep. Sami Zayn's your next man eliminated. He wasn't supposed to be in the match, but him and Kevin Owens jumped Ty Dillinger, who's going to come out at number 10 again. Damn. And Sami took his place in the Rumble. Got a decent run out of it. Almost 5 minutes in the match before Shinsuke Nakamura eliminated him.
Good old Shinsuke.
Next man gone was Apollo Crews, eliminated by Cesaro. And then we had Xavier Woods, Big E, and Kofi Kingston came in largely at the same time, 9, 12, and 16. And I did like that Xavier went right after Bray Wyatt, continuing their long-term story. So I like that. And then Jinder Mahal got to basically eliminate the New Day, because he eliminated Xavier Woods and Big E. Next man to go was Cesaro, eliminated by Seth Rollins. Makes sense, plays into their match later on. Although I didn't like the fact that the Bar and Rollins were even in the match. I think you could have replaced them with Tyler Breeze, Fandango, really anyone that's not in the match. Bludgeon Brothers.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense to have people who have matches after you're going to have this Rumble or even before. If this was the main event and you had people that already had matches enter the Rumble, and you had people in your roster that weren't included in either matches or the Rumble, you fucked up, you goddamn retards. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
We got our obligatory Kofi Kingston saving himself spot where he landed on Xavier Woods with one foot, so that foot was not eliminated. So they put pancakes under it, had him stand on the pancakes, and then Jinder Mahal was trying to play defense, basically knock him out, because he had knocked him out to the floor for the third New Day elimination. And Kofi got pogo-sticked back into the ring by Big E and Xavier Woods. Pretty decent, although Kofi has had much better elimination defiance spots.
Yeah, this relied way less on his physical prowess than any other spot he's ever had. Was it Money in the Bank or Royal Rumble? Doesn't matter. I would say this is the weakest Kofi Kingston spot ever.
I thought the one that they ripped off it later for the Women's Rumble with the rolling chair was probably worse.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal got eliminated by Kofi, but Kofi followed him quickly out at the hands of Andrade Cien Almos. Then we got the unholy alliance of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy for a bit. They eliminated...
That was cool.
That was very cool. They eliminated Rusev and then started to fight amongst themselves, and they simultaneously eliminated each other. Bray Wyatt apparently had about 1 minute and 4 seconds in the match, and Matt Hardy probably had less than that.
Yeah.
Or no, Matt Hardy had 1 minute 4, and Bray Wyatt had a bit more than that. Next to go was Elias Sampson, eliminated by John Cena. Please don't let that feud actually go any further. And then we had the Hurricane, got eliminated by John Cena. Hurricane came in, big pop, tried to go for the choke slam on Cena. Cena eliminated him, and then he posed for the crowd on the outside for a little bit.
Yeah, all you needed to do was let the Hurricane chokeslam one guy, and you get so much more fan react. Let him chokeslam one guy and then get eliminated while he's posing. You get so much more money for value. What the fuck?
Also, my prediction that Gregory Helms is going to be the GM of 205 Live. I'm liking my chances.
That's a stiff favorite right there. I'm liking your chances as well. I don't like. Who else are they gonna get? Like Rockstar Spud?
I could see Rey Mysterio.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
Who we'll talk about later on. Aiden English was your next man to get eliminated by Finn Balor. Randy Orton eliminated Andrade Cien Almos. Rey Mysterio eliminated Adam Cole, baby.
REYMSY. Oh no, MYS. No, Mysterio. No, I don't know the words. I'm sorry.
I didn't really like that Cole was in the match with the injuries he had. I've never been a big fan of the. Again, this is my problem with WWE a lot of the time is that you're endangering storyline. You're endangering your talent to more serious injuries that could put them out for a spot in the Rumble, and especially if you're general manager William Regal of NXT. Why did you A-OK this? Then it comes in later with Ember Moon, also later on.
I was going to say, we're going to get to that in a bit.
Yeah, Titus O'Neil got eliminated by Roman Reigns. By the way, Roman Reigns booed really, really hard after coming out at number 28. Biggest negative reaction we had on the night.
Oh, literally everybody else, even Jinder Mahal got a pop. And Roman Reigns got booed.
Yep.
Maybe take mental note, jot that down, shove it up your ass, and ingest it somehow. I don't know. Like, is there any other way we can get this message across to the retards in the office?
Then we had The Miz get co-eliminated by Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and then Roman did the heel thing and eliminated Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that was... that spot didn't make any sense at all. But the looks back and forth, which the production team, barring Kevin Dunn's retardation, actually picked up on and actually portrayed and broadcast to us, the viewer, the post-retarded dumbass elimination made, the post-reaction kind of smoothed everything over. It was the dumbest thing you could possibly do, because you're an idiot, and then it was okay.
They do this every year, and I always point back to the RVD Kane one back when they were a tag team.
Yeah.
And they were in
yeah.
like the final 6 of the Rumble. It was Batista, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Kane. It might have been the final 6, something like that. It was the year that Lesnar won. And RVD gets, pick me up and throw me at someone, and then Kane throws him out. It's like, why did you do that? I get every man for himself, tag team, whatever. You're in there at the final 5. Save it. Let it go. And we had this later on also in the women's match where we're going to talk about this kind of same stupid thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do this every year, and it's always dumb. Leave your partner in there as long as you can. Like, it's an ally. He's going to work with you. Like, don't... You got to eliminate him eventually, don't get me wrong, but save it. And this was like... Let's see here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, this was final 9 when Roman turns on Rollins. So that's retarded. Yeah. Next to go was Goldust. He got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler, who, by the way, was the big number 30 entrant. And then Finn Balor eliminated Ziggler to end his stay in the Rumble. Pretty short, unfortunately.
Minute and a half.
Randy Orton got eliminated by Roman Reigns. And then, actually, this led to the final 6. It was kind of new generation, old generation stare down. It was Randy Orton, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio as the old guard, and the new guard of Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura. And yeah, that's when Reigns eliminated Orton, Balor eliminated Rey Mysterio. Mysterio had a good showing. He looked good.
Mysterio looked... He did not look like he was on the juice. The dude did not have 6-foot wide lats. He did not look like he was carrying around 60,000 kilograms of extra muscle. He looked really good. He moved really well. Mm-hmm. Maybe, just maybe, you should pay that man a lot of money so that he can wrestle for you.
And stop trying to make him be bigger.
Yeah. God damn it. What the fuck?
Cena eliminated Finn Balor, which was disappointing, because I was kind of hoping Balor would win, but... spoiler alert, I am happy with where it went. Shinsuke Nakamura got to eliminate John Cena, and it came down to Roman Reigns versus Nakamura, and Nakamura got to eliminate Roman Reigns. A foreigner won the Royal Rumble.
You can't see me, but I'm touching myself right now.
Yes. So your Iron Man this year is Finn Balor, and the tied for most eliminations were Balor and Reigns with 4 apiece.
Correct. There was no... Who else? Let's see. John Cena had 3. Nakamura had 3.
Bray Wyatt had 3.
That's, you had a couple guys that had 4. You had some guys that had 3. A lot of guys got nothing. Some guys got 1 or 2. It was really weirdly well spread.
Mm-hmm. Even Heath Slater got an elimination.
Yeah! Heath Slater OP. I like Heath Slater.
So, that is the men's Rumble. Pretty well put together Rumble. I did actually enjoy it. It kept me dreading that Roman would win the entire time, only to have the big relief at the end when Nakamura eliminated him. Mm-hmm. So, that's good. I liked the fact that it was a bunch of faces at the end, so the crowd was into it. Yeah. I like the fact that while the old guys got to get their shit in, they were largely, this was about largely the younger guys.
Randy, you had periods where the young guys would lay down, or have had taken moves and they would lay down, and the old guard got to get their shit in, and then the newer guys got to get up, and they really were in control of things, and you could sense that, you could really get a grasp of that, and slowly they chipped away back and forth until the end. I thought it was a really good, really well structured match. There was a bunch of shit I didn't like, a bunch of people that already had matches that shouldn't have been there. I didn't see Curtis Axel or Bo Dallas in there. I didn't see, there's a lot of people who are on, not even NXT, but main roster guys that weren't in the Rumble.
Yeah, I basically take issue with 4 of the 30 entrants. I would not have had Rollins or The Bar in there. They have a match later. Yeah, and I would not have had Adam Cole in there because he lost on TakeOver and is, in kayfabe, significantly injured.
Correct.
So if you want to save that spot for another NXT guy, I would go Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black. You could go with Killian Dane.
Lars Sullivan.
Although
Lars Sullivan would have been a fucking thing.
Roddy Strong.
Also true. I can't disagree. Mysterio, great addition. Hurricane, fantastic addition. John Cena, I mean, we assumed he was going to be in there. He announced, didn't he? Like, he's going to be in the Rumble?
He did announce, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be in there. So those are the 3 free agents. You could have done without Cien Almas, but he was still a quality addition to the match. I don't know why being eliminated by Orton would really contribute to anybody's career. It doesn't do shit for Orton, and it doesn't do shit for Almas, and you buried your champion. Good job. In fairness,
I'll give credit where it is due. That was Orton's only elimination, so that's
correct. Yeah.
Again, that's kind of what I liked, is that Orton got just the 1 elimination, and John Cena, well, he got 3 eliminations. They were Elias Sampson, Hurricane, who's also a free agent, and Balor, which was to get the heat on him.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end, like, there's no one else. Like, if you get Reigns to eliminate Balor, if you thought his career was over before, oh my god. Holy shit, are you in for a roller coaster of donkey turds? It's not gonna go well. It's, yeah. So, I mean, Cena really is the only one who could Teflon Don that one. It's like, I'm going to eliminate you. They're going to really hate me for about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to be okay.
Could have done it with some big heel, but yeah, looking at the end, there were the last heel to get eliminated was the Miz. Like, yeah. the final 3, the final 9 were all faces.
Yeah, the Miz, who I might add put in all of the pillow kicks. That dude works softer than puppy shit. It is not good for broadcast television.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've always said sometimes he is okay when he, like, the thing is, there are strengths the Miz has. He's not going to have a 5-star match. Hell, I think even a 3-star match might be beyond his ability.
That's probably true.
But he can put on like a 2.5, 2 3/4 star match if he just sticks with what he is actually good at. But he should be a manager. Hit kicks fail. He'd be a fantastic manager.
He'd be a fantastic manager. I would get behind that as long as he doesn't talk about himself being a movie star. Other than that,
I'd even be fine with that as a manager, to be honest. Like, have him be like the manager who even tries to overshadow his client.
Yeah.
Then we had Cesaro and Sheamus versus Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan for the Raw Tag Team titles. This basically was a handicap match. Jason Jordan legitimately injured, and they basically wrote him off this match by having him take a bump on the outside and basically stay there the whole match. And then
sell a concussion.
Yeah, and then when he got back in, he sold a concussion pretty hard and just tagged Rollins back in right away. And
I actually really like that spot.
Yeah, that was a good spot. It was a good spot.
It's like, I'm here, tag me in. I can't stand
I'm not really here.
You're back in. Bye.
Yeah, the Bar wins, takes back the titles. This match was fine. It achieved all of the goals, but it got slow in the middle because I swear that Rollins, like, you're asking Rollins, who spent let's see if they've got a time up for him in the Rumble. Rollins. They don't, but it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And you ask him, okay, so you're gonna go work the Rumble. You're gonna work, a decent chunk of the Rumble, and then you're gonna work a tag team match where you don't have a tag team partner. Like, he ran out of gas, and I don't blame him because what the hell?
Yeah.
So that was problematic and goes back to what we were talking about earlier. And then we had Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman and Kane for the triple threat for the Universal title.
This was about as good as I could possibly expect it to be.
Yeah.
And it was fine. I didn't really have any I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I just don't have anything really good to say about it. Like, I can say that the Usos match was the dumbest finish of, like, I can point to a vast library of matches that were better finished than the Usos match. This one was just fine. It was okay. I didn't have any problems. I didn't have anything good to say. That was about it.
Yeah, I would pretty much agree with everything. They destroyed the announce tables, of course, because you got big men out there. They got to do that. Yeah. I mean, Brock won by pinning Kane, who was always in there to eat the pinfall. Mission accomplished. You got a Braun versus Brock Lesnar match without having to have Braun lose. So
or without any real, showmanship. Yeah,
and
there was,
and you kept him out of the Royal Rumble.
One good thing I can say about this match is Braun Strowman does a hell of a shotgun dropkick. It looks like he motherfucking murdered Brock Lesnar on that one.
Yep.
Other than that, it was just your standard. Like, I know it was your standard Kane match, and that's good enough 15 years ago. It's not good enough now.
Yeah. I mean, he's old. That's what it is. Then we got on to the Women's Royal Rumble, and you remember how I was saying that the old guard didn't overshadow the new guard in the Men's Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble was a lot of the opposite, and it wasn't very good in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, I know where you're going with this one in particular.
I got a couple places of going with it, but you're probably guessing the main one correctly.
Yeah. And I'm gonna steal your thunder. No, I'm not gonna. There was a certain lady who's married to a certain gentleman who was never very good, but was put over in this match a lot, and I'll let Mike say the rest of it.
Well, we're gonna go through this the same way we did before. We open up with Sasha Banks and who was number 2? It was Becky Lynch. And you know what? They had a good showing here. That was good. But a lot of the current talent was buried to make old stars who are not going to wrestle again. They may wrestle again. They're young enough that they could wrestle again. But they're not going to be full-time competitors ever again. And because if they were, they would be on the roster right now. They would be in the Mickie James spot. Anyways, Mandy Rose is your first elimination. She got eliminated by Lita. Happy to see Lita in there, but Lita got the first 2 eliminations of the Rumble, taking out Mandy Rose and Tamina.
To slightly interrupt, somebody's finally updated the Wikipedia page. Bray Wyatt spent exactly 20 minutes in the Royal Rumble.
And then your third elimination was Lita, who got eliminated by Becky Lynch. But you're going to notice kind of a problem through here, that just by who's getting the eliminations. We then had Kairi Sane get eliminated by Dana Brooke. Short stay in the match for Kairi Sane. Memorable, though. Got some good stuff in. Then we lost Dana Brooke to Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson got eliminated by Sonya Deville. Sarah Logan got eliminated by Molly Holly. And here we go. The next 5 eliminations are Michelle McCool.
Yeah.
She eliminated Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, Molly Holly, Lana, and as a group, she eliminated Vicky Guerrero. That put Michelle McCool with 5 eliminations, the most in the Rumble. And this is a woman who last wrestled on a full-time basis in
7 years ago?
Somewhere around there. I'm pulling it up here. 2011. So 7 years.
Yeah, so why don't you put over Nia fucking Jax, you idiots?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I marked out for a lot of the comebacks. Molly Holly, marked out hard there. Lita, marked out hard. Trish, when she came in later, marked out hard. Perhaps I was never a fan of Michelle McCool at any point. There is no point that I can say I was a fan of hers. There's no match I can remember that was particularly great. She did a good Mean Girls act with Layla L as part of Lay Cool, but I don't think that necessarily says good things.
And no one's ever heard of Layla L, so that goes under the fucking bridge.
Layla L was exceedingly attractive. I would have loved if she was in this match, actually. But yeah,
put things in perspective. Beth Phoenix was in this match and got no eliminations. Michelle McCool got 5, which is one more than Nia Jax, which is the most. So none of your shit makes sense.
Here's your other problem: is let's look at a number of the other top eliminations. With 4 eliminations, second time you had Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, no problem. You also had Nikki Bella tied for second with 4 eliminations. That's, again, someone who, okay, she's a star in your reality TV program. You can have her go somewhat deep, but that's too much. You also you gave Trish Stratus 3 eliminations, and I really like Trish Stratus, but again, old guard, not going to wrestle. You gave Lita the first 2 eliminations of the match. You gave Brie Bella 2 eliminations.
You had Ember Moon show up fucking heavily taped as if she got shot by 18 shotguns and got no eliminations and got her ass kicked by Asuka, which, I mean, in long-term storytelling works out fine, but why did you have this woman who had 1/4 of her body taped to shit and nothing happened?
Well, that goes to the Adam Cole thing I was talking about. If I'm general manager William Regal, I had a match on TakeOver the night before that I almost had to stop medically because you had the trainers in there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you go do the Rumble?
Yeah.
Why?
Your storytelling is garbage.
Next to go was Becky Lynch, who had a good run. She got eliminated by Ruby Riott. I got no problems there. That continues that potential feud. We did get Nia Jax get to be a monster for a bit, eliminating Jacqueline, Kelly. God, why was Kelly in this match for as long as she was? Again, someone else who, like, I think my problem is like Kelly and Michelle McCool are 2 people I never got why they were as popular as they were. They weren't very good in the ring, and I don't find them to be that sexually attractive. They're beanpoles.
Kelly should be attractive, but she got no ass.
Kelly has no like objectively she could be attractive, but she had no sex appeal in her body language. Michelle McCool, I was always like, I can see every bone in your body. I don't want to question Mark Calloway's choice in women, but fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nia Jax got to, go on a spree for there. Ruby Riott and Naomi were also on her victims list. Then we had Beth Phoenix come out. Her and Natty did their, I can't remember what their tag team was called back in the day. It was like Barbie Crushers or something along the lines of that. And
no idea.
They had a big teary moment. They knocked Nia Jax out of the ring after Beth Phoenix and Nia Jax did their thing, which was pretty cool. And then Natty eliminated Beth Phoenix, backstabbed her. Which again, back to the other thing, you eliminated her 19th, so there were 11 people left in the Rumble. You had your mentor in there, someone who was invested in you winning, and you eliminated them. Why?
Yeah, it makes less sense than you'd ever even think about.
Ember Moon was next to go, eliminated by Asuka. We pretty much covered her. Nikki Bella eliminated Carmella, who was in this match for way too long. Mickie James got eliminated by Trish. That was a good spot. I enjoyed that. Although I would have had Mickie James eliminate Trish. I'm not going to lie. Again, you had an active competitor versus a retired competitor. Nia Jax got eliminated as a group. I am fine with that. It's really the only way you could eliminate her from the match. Bayley went next. Sasha Banks eliminated Bayley next, which, again, backstabbing when you don't need to.
Especially if you're face-on-face, that doesn't make any sense.
Because, again, you're eliminating her with 6 women left in the match. She's your buddy. And let's be honest here, Bayley is not going to turn on Sasha Banks, so...
Correct.
Like, there is no reason.
Here did the fantasy booking warfare come to life. What if it's not Sasha Banks that does the heel turn? Maybe it's Bayley.
They won't do it, but, I mean, it would be cool.
But it would be cool, because
cool
you've turned on Bayley not once, this is like the 3rd time?
3rd or 4th time.
Yeah, not one, not two, but three, maybe four, and finally the good girl, the hugger, goes Michael Douglas and falling down, and it's all over, and you're in trouble.
Like, I would have been perfectly fine with this exact same spot at, like, the Final Four. Because
Yeah.
you get to the Final Four, Sasha Banks heel turn, bam, boom, all the heat in the world for eliminating Bayley. Basically what Nikki Bella does to Brie later on.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that would have worked, but the placement here, all fucking wrong.
Yep.
A little Canadian on Canadian violence. Trish Stratus eliminates Natty Neidhart before herself getting eliminated by Sasha Banks. And then Sasha Banks got eliminated by the Bella Twins after they teamed up against Asuka. So the Rumble comes down to the Bella Twins and Asuka. Again, in the continuation of stupidity here, Nikki Bella eliminates Brie Bella, her sister, friggin' hell, and takes on Asuka alone. Winds up getting eliminated in relatively fun fashion. I guess we should bring up here Naomi ripped off the Kofi Kingston rolling chair spot.
Yeah, I would just prefer not to mention Naomi ever again.
I know you would. A lot of nostalgia pops in this Rumble. The winner was correct. Some of the action was good, but the current roster did not get to look good. They were overshadowed by a bunch of women who have not worked in the company for a half decade. And
yeah, I mean, if I was engineering things, your Final Four would have been Asuka, Molly Holly, Beth Phoenix, and I'm trying to pick a main roster. Dana Brooke, Nia Jax, somebody like powerful.
I would have had to get. I would go with Dana Brooke then. I would have had to get rid of Nia Jax before then. I would also have gotten. I would also not have Beth and Molly Holly in there. Big fan of both of them. Don't get me wrong, but I would have had 3 current roster people in the Final Four and 1 legend.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm fine with that. I've always been a big fan of Molly Holly. I think she got a really bum rap. She was always an excellent worker, and
no one has a bad word to say about her. No,
not at all. And if you transported Molly Holly in the prime of her WWE career to now, she would probably be more over than anybody you have.
And she looked great tonight.
She did look
Holy
great.
crap.
She looked fantastic.
Fantastic. And then after the match, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte had been at ringside. They come in. Who are you going to take? Who are you going to face at WrestleMania sort of thing. And then Ronda Rousey came out. And
boring.
Yeah, I was hoping for big... I get why they did this. Ronda Rousey should be a big short-term cash cow. But... yeah, the reaction was pretty freaking tepid.
Then the crowd goes mild. It was, oh my god, they're playing a song that everybody likes. Oh my god, there's the Hot Rod logo. Oh my god, Roddy Piper. Oh my god, it's the most popular women's mixed martial arts fighter of all time. Oh my god, nobody's scared. Nobody cares at all. 50 people go, holy shit. Like 3 times.
More than 50. More than 50 people.
65 people went, holy shit,
but
3.5 times and then gave up.
A tepid reaction that was so much less than her WrestleMania appearance. Because something I don't think Ronda Rousey ever really kind of figured out was that when she stopped being an MMA badass, a lot of her marketability went downhill, and
every single bit of cachet went out the window.
Wrecked by Holly Holm and then Amanda Nunes, and being kind of a joke within the hardcore fan community because your coach fucking terrible, and the fact that we assumed that despite being way more athletic than a lot of the girls you were up against, you never developed really much of a defensive boxing game.
Yeah, listen, you got fucking handled twice in real fights, very, very publicly. Shayna Baszler has way more street cred than you. She ground out a career in MMA. She wasn't never the best, but goddammit, she's tough as shit.
Well, yeah, that's I think the thing is that as much as I would, if you were to have an MMA fight, Baszler versus Rousey, I would take Rousey every day. She would take her down. She would armbar her. It would be no problem. Baszler is someone who came back from a lot of losses. She has 11 career losses, and she came back and learned from them and became better and showed a mental toughness that Ronda Rousey really didn't. Like, her reaction to losing to Holly Holm was, I'm not going to do any media for my fight with Amanda Nunes, which is, you're right, it's fine. And then I'm going to come out looking like I have no idea what to do when faced with a striker who's not just going to clinch up with me and let me throw them.
Bottom line, Shayna Baszler is tough as fuck, and Ronda Rousey's a quitter. Ronda Rousey is a quitter. End of story. Front runner quitter. Bottom line, sweep it out under the rug, get rid of her. There's no reason to cheer for this bitch.
It's and I'm pretty much not.
I don't want to, use that word, but fuck, I don't know. I don't know what else I can say that's going to make enough impact on somebody listening to this. No, there is zero reason to cheer for this bitch. There is no reason to hate her either, because she's just going to be a chicken shit heel who can't defend herself and runs from confrontation because she's a quitter. There's nothing else. What am I supposed to do? Believe that eventually she's going to fight somebody off? No! As soon as the pressure's applied, she's going to quit. That's the end of the story. And you haven't even got her signed to a real contract yet.
And it really kind of deflated Asuka's win. So I think even if you were to do this, and I understand you got to do this. Like, there's potentially some money on the table. You disagree, and to be honest, after tonight's reaction, I don't know if there is, but I kind of understand why they thought there'd be money. You save it for, like, Raw. Like, save it for... Or SmackDown, whichever wrestler she's actually going to have a program with.
Yeah, why would you march her out in front of Asuka if Asuka's going to challenge... did she challenge anybody?
No. I'm hoping they go the Flair route.
Yeah, me too. That's going to be a hell of a match. That's the match I want to see. But, they're not going to, because Bliss can't carry Ronda Rousey to a goddamn match.
I don't think Flair can.
She's a quitter!
I don't think Flair can either, because I don't think Rousey can keep up with Flair. I think Rousey could probably actually keep up with Bliss. And And maybe Bliss could get people to cheer for Ronda and make her the face, because Bliss is very good at being a heel.
And you know what? I guess between the two of them, she could throw Bliss. She could use some judo on Bliss. She sure as shit can't use it on Flair. Fuck's sake.
Oh, she probably could throw her. But
in real IRL, yes. In competition, in a fight, yes. In wrestling, no one's gonna buy it, because Charlotte Flair is not the absolute best, but top 3. And no one's going to believe some dumbass rookie who quits on her careers is going to beat Charlotte fucking Flair.
That's the other thing. She's got a pretty negative reaction from her work in Hollywood, even, where people don't really like working with her.
Apparently.
The Rock apparently enjoyed working with her, but there are other people who have stated they really didn't.
Listen, I enjoyed her work in that one Fast and the Furious movie. She did really well. Really.
The Expendables wasn't terrible either.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
The movie itself is pretty garbage, but actually she was one of the high points.
There's just way too many people in that movie. They did the best they possibly could. Just sidetrack. They did the best they possibly could for having so many goddamn people signed up for that. But, yeah, there's only so much. That's... what's the analogy I'm looking for here? That's basically that movie was a giant bowl of coleslaw. It was just like, there's a lot of pieces going on there.
yeah, I wouldn't deny that. So I would go with Ronda Rousey versus Bliss in Mania, and hope that draws some money.
It won't.
I didn't say it would, I said hope. And I would go with Flair Asuka, because that will draw money. That's a really good match. And
also, great job, and just totally get ring. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Great job on totally just ditching Kairi Sane.
Yeah, I would have had her in the match for longer. But, yeah, that is what it is. She was the 4th elimination. Yeah. And got eliminated by Dana Brooke.
Yeah, and got no eliminations of her own. Way to put over your tournament winner, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, the Women's Royal Rumble, historic moment, but,
Good news. I got good news. Are you ready,
not well
for
booked.
Good news?
Go ahead.
Santino Marella did not win.
James Ellsworth did not win.
James Ellsworth did. Roman Reigns did not win.
Harvey Whippleman did not win.
No referee won for no reason.
That's good.
And
Although I accept
McMahon
Drake Younger winning.
Stephanie McMahon did not request that her music be played at number 31 and enter and just win for no reason.
Yeah, but so yeah, it could have gotten worse. But
it could have gotten a lot worse. But it still
could have.
I mean, this is the first one. The WWE still hates women. We know this. We understand. It's not cool. It's not in any way a modern attitude to have. But baby steps, maybe in 60 or 70 years, they'll have a legit thing going on. It might happen.
It's just that you had, 18 main roster women in this match, and I would say 3, maybe 4 came out looking good. I would say Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Asuka came out looking good, and I will give you Becky Lynch to be generous.
Yeah.
But the rest...
Becky Lynch spent over half an hour in the match.
Yeah, but the rest of them... Second banana to Faces of the Past.
Yeah. So Sasha Banks spent 54 minutes and 34 seconds of the match. Becky Lynch spent 31 minutes and 13 seconds of the match. I'm waiting for anybody to please update the Wikipedia page, but it's not happening. I think
Carmella was probably in there a while, but she spent the entire time selling.
Yeah. I'm going to end this on the most positive note I possibly can do. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
And I want you to immediately stop recording after I say this. Are you ready?
Ready.
The Gruesome Twosome were not in the match. Thank you and good night.